The Philly and Joe Podcast.
This is the Philly and Joe Podcast.
3-day work week? Really? Like, what is this all about?
You got to pace.
God, it's
Come back.
Exhausting. I'm tired already. 92.1 City, Philly and Joe, back from some vacay. 6:08 again. Thank you, Poncho, for filling in.
Yeah, I'm trying to think ahead to next year already when, Canada Day moves farther into the week, how you're going to massage that, because a lot of people did end up taking the Monday off to make it for that long weekend. Like in my area, there was barely any traffic.
Yeah,
weekend, eh?
She was quiet, and I did read an article somewhere that, or I saw the headline. It's 2025. We don't read articles. We just read headlines. And it said that a lot of bosses, like a lot of employers, made the decision to give, I don't know if they had percentages or data, but it looked like a lot of people were off on the Monday.
Right. Yeah, Iron Mike did that for us.
He did. We were
got to give him credit for that.
Even though we were on vacation anyway, if we had been here, we would have been off on the Monday.
Yeah.
So,
so that was nice.
Yeah. A lot's happened while we were gone.
Great to be back, too.
It is. You know what? Honest to God, we're joking around. Oh, my God, 3-day work week, blah, blah, blah. But it's good to get back. There's a lot of people looking for updates on a lot of things that are going on around here at 92.1 City.
Did you get to enjoy Canada Day? I know there was the big party at the stadium. The Forks had their people. Assiniboine Park had some people. Over at the Downs in my area, they had fireworks again last night. It was interesting because with the way the wind was blowing over the long weekend, I had the sounds of summer you could hear for 2 nights going on, right, whether you went or not. And then yesterday we had the big thunder shower start, and we're wondering if the fireworks were going to go off. And there was lightning and thunder, and then all of a sudden they found a window and had the fireworks go off, and then it was back to lightning and thunder.
I could... The fireworks, I went to bed about 10 o'clock, I think. And
that's usually when they start firing them off.
I must have fallen asleep pretty quick because those fireworks, man, I could hear them. Canterbury Park, they were obviously going off all over the place. But, it was, and then the rain. I told you off air, it was a weird day yesterday because early in the day, they had rain in the forecast for later on in the day. It was like 5 millimeters possibly later on in the day. And then I want to say mid-afternoon, gone. They took the rain out of the forecast. So I'm like, whoa, I better water the grass. It's dry. And then I wake up this morning and it looked like it rained a lot overnight.
Hard. It was coming down hard last night. I was awake through it. But not because of the rain. I was just awake.
Because you don't sleep.
I don't go to bed too early, no. But you slept right through it.
I slept awesome. I did.
Philly Joe Podcast.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
Hey, it's the loud guy. Tomorrow when I turn on the radio, I hope I hear Philly and Joe. So things can be back to normal, man. When's the race? Woo!
Well, we'll have some race talk. The 92.1 City 100-meter race. We'll have some talk about that this morning.
I've come up with the name.
Okay. Oh. You
got a race of the century.
So we just added of the century.
I think so. It just sounded bigger.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the hot tub yesterday having a rum.
We got to add century.
And I said, I think it makes it better. Well, come on.
No, you know what? You had century of the century on the back end.
Didn't it just sound bigger than the race?
On the back end of anything, and it makes it sound bigger.
I didn't say it was clever. I just said I think it's more matter of fact.
And look, when the 10 of us or 8 of us get actually running, it's not going to be, an incredible visual. So we need all the help with the hype we can get.
Yeah, I told you, we're not going to be editing a lot of video in slow-mo. I think it's just going to be real speed.
It's going to be, oh, man.
But good on you for doing it.
And we'll have some updates on that. I got a training video that I got to release sometime this morning. So lots of exciting stuff when it comes to the race of the century. Okay, gas prices, not happy.
Hey, how's it going, boys? Today I'm driving down McGilvery. I get towards an appointment. I get to Kenniston. I look over. 110.9 for gas. Are you f***ing kidding me? In my area, we're paying 134.9, and I'm 20 minutes away. What the f*** is going on?
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason sometimes. That's why some, is it gasbuddy.com?
Yeah.
People
yeah.
will-
It's been going on for years that
Yeah.
different areas have different prices, and I don't know why.
Okay, Crazy Craig.
Hey, PJ, Crazy Craig here, coming at you and welcoming you back from vacay, and hope it was great. Our man with a particular set of skills is back. Ice Road Vengeance came out on Friday. Did not get released here in Canada. It actually was limited release in the States. It dropped on. It's supposed to become available on streaming after yesterday, because today. You know what I mean? Because I'm calling on Canada Day. But yeah, our Mike McCann is back. But the thing is, this one was filmed in Australia and takes place in Nepal. I don't get it.
But straight to streaming. This is the sequel to.
There was a sequel? I didn't even. This is the one Liam Neeson movie I never finished watching. Ice Road Truckers,
Vengeance.
or whatever it was called. Now, this is Ice Road Vengeance. This is Crazy Craig, man. I didn't even. But remember, we had heard that that was it for Liam when he had finished, though. This came out of nowhere. This might have been recorded, and they said, hey, it's like one of those bands that found a lost tape in a closet or something, in a box. Eh? And, wow. So, and then, of course, they've got Naked Gun coming out this month, isn't it? End of July?
I'm pumped. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to Google that, but I hope so. I can't wait.
Ice Road Vengeance. I'm going to have to really go watch Ice Road now.
Yeah, no. If now that there's a second one, for sure I'm going to have to watch the first one. Didn't you start watching the first one? And you were
did.
Like, this
kind of
sucks?
lost it when he goes to meet his brother, who gets him a job, I think, in North Dakota, and then brings him up here. And now the next one from Winnipeg to Nepal. Wow. It's like Manitoba.
Didn't get great reviews, but it's Liam,
No.
so we will.
I got to revisit it.
We'll check it out. Okay, back to the race here. We have an update from Vinny, and this may have run last week with Poncho. I'm not sure, but obviously, when you get an update regarding whether or not Vinny's going to participate in the race, we got to play it here. Now that we're back from holidays.
Hey, what's up? These cats are on holidays. That's cool. They need it. Anyways, I decided I won't be joining the race. Yeah, I'm kind of out of shape. I'm trying to quit smoking. I've cut back a lot. I smoke about 5 a day.
Good for
maybe
you.
7 at most.
7 at most.
But if I quit entirely, I would join it. I decided I can't make it. But I will be a spectator if that's cool.
Oh,
I'll just watch everybody race, So, yeah. Maybe next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
hold on now. I'm taking the question mark off Vinny's name off the list, putting spectator.
Does that mean someone off the waiting list comes in, or was he
No,
was okay?
No, we never had him on the running list. No, and John with a J's on the list. He's got a lane.
He's got a lane.
Yeah, well, we have to do it in order, right? Guilty has been sending videos.
My God.
He's got it down to 14 seconds.
We might have to call Guilty. I'm dead serious. He sounds a bit. We'll get into this more this morning, but he sounds a bit like a ringer. Like the times he's putting up.
Yeah.
That sounds like someone, who's does this a lot.
He's looking in good shape. I saw him the other day, actually.
And he keeps bombing us with DMs of his training, and he's swearing at me how bad he's going to kick my ass.
There's people texting in now on the Boston Pizza text line. One of them, the butcher, Colin. He's been training at Garbage Hill out in my old stomping grounds in the West End. I mean, you're starting to do hill climbing and running up a hill. You got to watch the gopher holes around there.
You want to sprain an ankle ahead of the race. Also, Crazy Craig says Naked Gun with Liam is August 1st.
Okay.
So good to hear. Let's wrap up with Lisa, as if we can't come back with holidays without hearing from Lisa.
Hi, it's Lisa. They're still renovating the building that I live in. And renovating the laundry room with drills and hammers. Uh-oh. So Sunday is my only happy day. But if you keep playing commercials, I'm going to lose it.
Ooh. Piano? Or no, keyboard.
Oh, yeah, my brother's flying here from California.
Your brother? Have him call. I'd love to hear from Lisa's brother.
That's cool.
See what kind of guy he is. Playing the piano, not happy with the commercials. Still nothing on the race, but she doesn't usually stay on topic.
No, I don't think I have Lisa on the list
No,
at all.
she's
Not
not.
even a question mark at this point. But that's okay. She's got a lot to deal with right now. She's got family coming into town. She's got renovations going on, and she's working on her keyboard action.
That's good.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
Joe, would you call this line here one of the most famous in movie history, like iconic?
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
One of the best.
Airplane on this day in 1980, starring Leslie Nielsen, who would, of course, go on to star in Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Frank Drebin, and the TV show. The TV show for Naked Gun came before Police Squad, came before the actual Naked Gun movie.
Right.
But Airplane back in 1980, great movie. I would. Some would say great movies. I only really have an emotional attachment to that first Airplane movie.
Well, how many people knew who Leslie Nielsen was before he started doing those parody type of movies, right?
He was
Really?
so good at them.
Yeah.
It was so good, like just deadpan.
How long ago was Airplane?
1980 on this day.
Okay.
The franchise started.
I thought it was a high school movie for me.
And you were telling me off air that televangelist Jimmy Swaggert has passed away at the age of 90.
Yeah, and it was just kind of rehashing. I had seen a documentary on him. I don't know if it was a Netflix doc because they do so many of them or not, but it was interesting because he duped so many people into buying into his flock of, church.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he got rocked with a scandal in '88 about being caught with a prostitute in New Orleans. They had video, so it was like he had no choice, but he gave it the old college try and said, went with this whole campaign about how I have sinned and remorse and trying to keep his millions going, and then, of course, got caught again
Right
3
back
years
at it.
later with another prostitute.
Right back at it.
Anyway, he lived till 90.
Yeah, 90 years old. And this is right here, because you brought it up. This is the headline nobody wants when they pass away. Televangelist Jimmy Swaggart, whose ministry was toppled by prostitution,
Yes.
dies at the age of 90. Toppled by prostitution. Not once, you said, but twice.
Twice, 3 years apart. He
Those
learned
prostitutes.
from his sins.
Jimmy and those prostitutes. Oh, man.
This is the Philly and Joe Podcast.
You're damn right. 100 meters is long, Joe.
Oof.
As you peruse the video. It's up. Exclusive. Behind-the-scenes look at, I was going to say Philly. My first training video for the 92-1 City Race of the Century.
I think it has to be called Race of the Century. This is bigger than life itself.
It's massive.
Becoming that way.
It's a talk of the town. Someone yelled at me. I was out and about during my holidays, during our holidays there. We were off last week, and was at Best Buy doing something, and someone drove by. I was like, Philly, how's the training coming? So I had to issue an update training video because I went out and ran the 100 meters at Nationals Field by my house.
I thought you were buying a camcorder or something at Best Buy just to get some video
No.
footage.
Trust me, my kids have
You're-
all the necessary equipment to film the video.
That was good. I just watched it myself on our Facebook page. It's almost a short documentary.
Yeah, it's a
2 minutes, 49 seconds, but I was glad you included your breakfast before you went out because it's important. You got to eat before you... Surprised you ran right after eating something that heavy.
It was actually, it helped. It gave me the energy I needed. And because I decided to combine sort of two topics in the one video there, the corned beef in a can. Mike Nolan was nice enough to drop that off on location to me probably about a month ago.
Yeah, well, it's in a can. It'll be good.
Right. It would be good if we if we enter the apocalypse. So it was fine, and I ate it and put it on a bun, and it was delicious. And then went out and tried to run 100 meters and pulled it off.
Right out the door.
Yeah.
Right out the door from the kitchen. It was almost too... this video could have gone either way. It could have been something a realtor would put up for a house that was for sale or for a training video for running.
It was long. It's a little long. I'm sorry.
No, it's worth the watch. I'll tell you that right now. I gave it 5 stars.
Right. Joe loved it. I'll say this. I've got to improve my time. I'm not going to divulge the time. It wasn't as good as I expected.
Well, I don't want to divulge times that people are sending because that might affect people's decision to come, right? That are on the list already to run.
Well, I'll say this much. I don't mind saying this much. We've been getting a lot of smack talk from Guilty.
Yeah.
And then Big N sent us on the Boston Pizza text line this morning his time. Both are faster than me. Not much, but both are faster than me.
That makes for a close race.
Mm-hmm.
That means eyeballs want to be on the race of the century.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing the date is going to be mid-July, like a couple of weeks away. I know they were finalizing some stuff before we went on vacation. I think we're going to have some chips for people. I think we're going to line up some donuts or muffins or something, and you got to try. We're working on that orange drink to make it official.
The giant jug of orange
If
drink.
not, we'll get some Gatorade or something. But,
so it feels like a school track and field meet. And then Vinny has confirmed he won't be racing because he's still smoking. He says he's down to about 7 darts a day, but that's too much if he wants to race.
He says he's going to spectate. And we have our 2 volunteer positions filled up with Sir Rodney and T. Kona. And I've got a list of the racers.
Is Vinny going to be like greeting though, and like, hey,
well, I don't know.
Welcome to the race.
I don't know because you're going to have to. If he's going to have a cigarette, he's going to have to be about 15 meters away from the race area. If it's a race of the century, you can't have a cloud of smoke over it unless we're fogging for mosquitoes
we can't
before the race.
We can't have him smoking anywhere near the racers.
Optics.
It just looks bad. So yeah, this started like groundswell movement. A bunch of Bone Phone regulars. I kind of threw the challenge out there that I think I could beat the average 92.1 City listener in a 100-meter race.
I was totally shocked because the conversation started when I was reminiscing about the orange drink. It didn't matter where you finished in a race. You could always quench your thirst with some of that 100% sugar concoction.
Always.
And then you brought up the fact that, you used to like to race.
Mm-hmm. And we've got an entire list of people who are in. The lanes are, as you put it, full. And we do even have a waiting list in case one of those racers drops out.
I do have a waiting list. And we're still waiting to find out how many lanes we actually have. Because then what what if it's 10 lanes? Fine. Then the waiting list is a little shorter. But if it's only 8 lanes, the 9 and 10 people that got in 9 and 10th are out of the race.
Oh,
they're on the waiting list.
Okay, so look, Iron Mike was working on this while we were on vacation. We're expecting he's going to roll in here this morning and lay out all the confirmed details, date, lanes.
Somebody said we should have a couple of heats, and we kind of laughed at that, going, you're going to ask some of these people to run twice in a day? That's never happening.
There's no way.
For more Philly and Joe, log it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.
Here we go. Would you rather? You want to play along? Boston Pizza text line. Please do. 762-555. Jojo, would you rather owe a large sum of money to Jabba the Hutt or Tony Soprano? My kids, the reason for the Star Wars reference, my kids decided over my holidays, they started, of course, their summer break, and they want to watch all the Star Wars movies and catch up on them.
Have they seen them all?
No.
Okay,
none of them.
So
it's fantastic.
It's all new to them.
Right, so I'm watching... I'm watching them with them, and it's fun for me.
Sidebar.
To revisit.
The old ones, were they okay with... it's a little tough, right, with what they're used to watching now, like...
I warned them, and they're getting a good kick out of some of the lack of CGI and some of the lightsaber fight scenes just aren't as good in the older movies, but we're working through them.
You know what? I would have to... I don't like owing anybody any money, but I think I'd have to go with Tony Soprano. I'd hate to owe him money over Jabba the Hutt.
So if you had to owe somebody a large sum of money, you'd rather owe it to Tony Soprano than Jabba the Hutt?
No.
You'd rather owe it to Jabba the Hutt?
Yeah, I don't want to deal with Tony Soprano.
Yeah, that's true. And Jabba, I think easier to avoid Jabba the Hutt.
I think so. Bigger. And lazier.
Doesn't move around as much.
Doesn't have the network Soprano had.
Okay. Would you rather own a private jet, Joe, or own a private island? Your own island, and we're talking it has all the amenities on this island. Like it's a resort, and it's yours.
You know what? To be honest, I think a private jet. I think it would be fun to just be able to get up and go when you wanted to go somewhere, instead of always feeling like I needed to be on this island, pretty remote.
Yeah.
I think I would be better served with a private jet.
How great
Take some
would that
buddies,
be?
go places.
So would you still have to go through normal security for your own jet? No.
Sure you do.
You do?
Yeah, you have to still get cleared to get on a plane.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
is it a long line still? You're still in all the
I don't
same?
know. I don't know about the Winnipeg area as far as how many private planes there are, but I'm guessing 2 or 3. It should be a shorter line.
Okay, good.
Where you going, Thunder Bay?
Oh, yeah. I'll take the jet, too. That's
Yeah, I think
just
so.
the convenience of everywhere you go. Going on your own plane would be incredible. Would you rather? You're dating a new girl, Joe, and she's got an ex, and the ex, the ex is on scene, that type of situation. Oh, I'm still friends with my ex. Okay, and the ex is J.J. McQuaid or John Wick. So we're talking a Chuck Norris character. Doesn't wear a lot of shirts, J.J. McQuaid.
No. And John Wick wears one suit.
One suit. So you go over there sometimes after work, and it's like, oh, my ex is here. Hey, JJ, or hey, John.
I'll be honest. I think it'd be awkward watching a guy walking around with no shirt on that used to date your girl. So I think I go with John Wick. He doesn't say much.
He doesn't.
And if you don't tick him off, I guess the place stays intact.
And there's always people chasing John, too. He'd be busier. I think he's busier than J.J. McQuaid.
I think so.
No shirt. Just Chuck Norris in the kitchen. And we'll wrap up with this one.
Hey, what's JJ doing in our hot tub? Just relaxing. He's got some sore muscles.
Would you rather?
Oh, he's staying for supper? Could he put a shirt on?
Nope, he doesn't have one with
Sorry.
him. Try to start a food fight start a food fight at a work lunch.
Oh.
So you think it's just hilarious, like a great idea. Or throw up on the dance floor at the staff Christmas party.
Which would
you rather? Which one of those? Start a food fight at a work lunch?
I don't want to be the guy that throws up at the Christmas party on the dance floor. I'd be the guy that'd have to start the food fight, even though I wouldn't want to see some good food wasted. Maybe if it was the vegetarian pizza that was left, there's always extra slices.
Throw a slice of that across the room.
If it's party cut, they're in squares already.
This is the Philly and Joe podcast.
Be a good person.
Rate or review this show wherever you subscribe and get P&J into more ears.
I love that the Boston Pizza text line never fails to deliver on food suggestions. Hey, guys, if you're looking for a killer burger to try, check out a new place just opened in Alma, Manitoba called Starlet's Saloon. Amazing food. My name is Colleen from Lac du Bonnie, and you guys rock. Love your morning show. Have a great day.
Okay, I didn't see that one come in. I'm glad you found that. I'll mark it down on a list. We are working on the Arberg Bakery. I'm going to tell you something real quick.
You don't even have to make it quick, but I want you to tell me.
No, it's quick. It's quick.
Because you pointed at me. And
yeah,
that scares
because
me.
it just reminded me. So I ran into Guilty on Friday. He was coming into the city, and he was coming to my family's restaurant. And he said, hey, I'm stopping in Arberg. It's my wife's birthday, and I want to bring you some apple fritters. I said, don't do it. Don't do it. I said, the first time I have to taste one of those fritters, I have to go with my main man, Philly.
Yeah.
And he goes, you're absolutely right.
That's a road
But it was
trip.
a nice gesture because people have offered to bring us some of the goods from up there. But you and I have to taste it for the first time together. That was the whole deal.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to be.
We're going to go this month.
It's our next road trip. But I
don't think we can go before you run the race of the century, can you?
This is my concern about Guilty. Okay, now I want to throw something at you. Kind of a conspiracy theory, and don't poo-poo it right away. I like Guilty, but
I like to think that before I answer.
Yeah,
go ahead.
But he's been beaking me.
Yeah,
online and sliding into my DMs. He's been on the Boston Pizza text line talking about how he's running a 14 for his 100 meters. He's in the race, and now he's offering me cinnamon buns. He knows I'm in training.
Yeah.
Oh, I got some cinnamon buns for Philly to try. Why doesn't he try them?
Yeah.
You keep those cinnamon buns to yourself. I'm sure they're amazing from everybody. Or was it fritters he wanted to bring us or cinnamon buns?
Yeah,
Fritters.
Yeah, he was talking about me. because he was coming to town. He's not talking to you right now. He's just beaking you.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I hate to see this friendship go
Wow.
awry because of this race.
His smack talk is on, it's on overdrive
He's
right
training.
now. He's let me have it every day on social media.
I think he took yesterday off for Canada Day. That was it.
He scares me, and now Big N's running what did he say, a 15?
Well, Big N's running 15s, and he's actually working on some blow-in insulation before it gets too hot today. Here's the best part. These guys continue to work their hard jobs, and you're sitting here just trying to get your best training in.
Mm-hmm. I'm training, too, so we'll see where it goes. But anyway, no, I know you weren't. I know there's no conspiracy guilty. You weren't trying to... you weren't trying to mess with me with offering me fritters. I get it.
But that's a good move. That's a good distraction move. I'll tell you, for most. Somebody said, how about a smoked brisket? Put that in front of you and see you run.
At the finish line.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. Good. I'll be running fast. So
we are planning on that this month,
the trip, the road trip, and now it looks like we've got another one. We've have a few.
I'm going to write this down. Elma,
Manitoba, Starlet Saloon. Colleen says they have a great burger.
Who doesn't want to check out a saloon?
I think I mean, a good burger always in, especially in a small town. Colleen's
That's a whole different to run a road trips because we like our burgers.
Well, I know we'll get to as many of them as we can.
I'm just writing this down here. Starlet. Yep.
The Starlet.
I'll tell you what, this pad of paper.
So we have someone else who wants in on the race. Listen.
No, I have no spots right now.
I made it to provincials back, and I see, there you go.
Provincials?
I never got the provincials.
This man right here got a blue participation badge. That's all.
Nobody. If you were in provincials, you're automatically out.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
This is the Philly and Joe Podcast.
We have tickets to Rock and Thunder. That is a week from today. Man, I can't believe. Wednesday, July 8th, Princess Auto Stadium. What a day they had yesterday for Canada Day. And now Rock and Thunder, headlined by Def Leppard. So tickets for that. How about a Red Top gift card? I was there over the vacation. And you and I told Stavro, I said, Stavros, he goes, Joe, I listen every morning to you guys. Okay. And I said, I know. I said, but I was supposed to be coming with Philly. He goes, listen, you come anytime you want to come. So anyway, Stavro, I know we'll be seeing you soon. So we'll give a $50 gift card to Red Top, tickets to Rock and Thunder.
Absolutely. Here we go. Joe, you have the question.
25% of homes have one of these. I don't know if you follow a lot of realtors or builders on social media, but there's not a lot of homes up for sale. So the ones that are going for some good prices right now.
Oh, yeah. There's bidding war action happening, all that kind of stuff.
So 25% of homes apparently have one of these. What do they have?
Only 25%. So keep that in mind. Lifelines can be me or the text line. So let's get right at this. 780 City. 780-2484. Good morning. Do you have a guess for us?
Hi, good morning. Can I take the text line?
What do you think on the Boston Pizza text line?
First guess, a bidet.
That's a great answer, but I think 25% might be high.
You know, we talked bidet
You
on
were,
this
you were
show.
thinking on getting one added to your bathroom.
I want one, and we learned a lot of people have them.
Yeah. No room in my bathroom at this point in life for a bidet. But
yeah, that would be the problem. Same here.
Yeah.
You need a little space for that, but I think it would be ideal. Good morning, City.
Hey there. Can we go with hot tub?
Hot tub's a great answer, but not in the top three. No. 25% of homes. That'd be a good number.
Oh, yeah.
I think it might even be higher now.
Yeah, it's
pools, hot tubs, especially over that COVID run.
Mm-hmm. 780 City, 780-2484. Rock and Thunder tickets on the line this morning, as well as a Red Top GC. Good morning.
Morning. Could I get Philly?
Sure can. 25.
Philly, by the way, I want you to get a hot tub. I was sitting in mine this weekend. Just cool the temperature off. You'd love yours if you had one.
It's on our list of things we want to add to the house in the next...
I think one of your kids could miss going to college, so you could get your hot tub.
Sorry. No university for you. Let's go with a landline telephone.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, nothing to do with a phone.
I looked at Joe and I thought landline, but you don't even have yours anymore.
No, I got rid of mine.
Which was a big moment in your life.
Oh, I had it forever.
Well, you've always had a landline.
Yeah.
Good morning, City.
Hi. I'll go with Philly, please.
25% of homes, if you're just joining us, 25% of homes have just one of these.
Just one. How about an air fryer?
No.
Somebody guessed a Generac.
Hey, that came up while we were on vacation. I can get us a deal for 2 of them.
You can get 2 Generacs?
If you want a deal.
Good morning. City, do you have a guess for us?
Can I get the text line, please?
Yeah, you can.
One of my neighbors, Roy, was walking his dog, and he told Christy, my wife, he goes, Joe doesn't need a Generac. You can get something smaller for something I need.
How about a bar? Like a bar in the basement?
Great answer, but no.
That was on the text line.
25% of homes have one of these.
780 City, 780-2484. Hi, City.
Hi, I'm going to say 1 bathroom.
Well, that's a great answer. Number 3.
Oh.
Okay, 1 bathroom. Number 3 on the list.
Man, I can't even imagine with the 4 of us in the house.
I guess a lot of people build a second one. Mm-hmm. Sometimes if the like the rec room or the basement isn't finished, right? That kind of thing.
780 City, hello.
Hey, is it a bidet?
No, not a bidet.
Okay. So, see, bidets are very, I think they're more common than we
more
realize.
shishi now.
Yeah, that's the second time we've had bidet guest. Hello.
Morning. I'm going to go with Central Vac.
Not Central Vac.
That was an it item.
Oh, man.
Years ago.
To plug in a hose to a wall and move that hose around.
What a concept.
I loved it.
Rock and Thunder tickets up for grabs, as well as a GC for the Red Top. Good morning.
Is the answer a deck?
A deck, as in where you could sit down and have a rum or a beer on a sunny day?
Correct.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
A deck.
Wow, only
25% have a deck. A lot of them have, let's say, a cement pad set up and everything else. Yeah. The other answer was a TV, believe it or not, on the list. 25% of homes have only 1 television.
Yeah. I bet you the deck thing in the next 15 years or so, like it's so common now on new houses being built, that'll get up to like 50%.
There's some beautiful decks out there too.
Yes.
Like 2 tiers, 3 tiers. It's like, wow. Good answer. 25% of homes have a deck.
What's your name?
Brendan.
Philly Joe Podcast.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
Can I just say quickly that, I kind of brushed over this part of the exclusive training video that I've posted at the 92.1 City Facebook page for the 100-meter race of the century. But the actual quality of the corned beef in a can, I didn't really talk about it very much. And it was a huge topic on this show for a while, close to a month back in the day, was canned meat. And my wife said that she couldn't even look at it. She said it looked like dog food. But I got to say, it doesn't look that appealing, like meat in a can. But it tasted very good on a sandwich. And somebody said on the text line, you got to throw some hash browns in there, some eggs or something. But I just ate it. I ate mine on a bun with some cheese and mustard, and it was so good.
You didn't even sit down.
No, I was.
You took 1 bite, left half of it on the floor, it looked like, and then just ran out of the house as if because you had to train.
I was training.
Yes.
I was on my way to the field, Nationals Field out there in Transcona to train. So, yeah, but just for anybody wondering, you have to have an appetite for that sort of thing. Meat in a can, I mean, not to state the obvious, it's not for everyone.
Right.
But I'll say this, if I
think that's the way they sell it. It's not for everyone.
That would be my
the
sell
campaign.
line. That would be my sell line if they ever used me to endorse. I would endorse that in a second. But it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. Like, it wasn't like there was no, I can't do this. I don't think you, Joe, could get over the texture of it and the look of it.
I'm a texture guy when it comes to food. And I got to be honest, I had to pause the video when you took your first couple of bites and part of it fell on the floor before you ran out the door. I paused the video.
Yeah.
Just to kind of catch my breath there for half a second going, I can't believe he's eating this.
That's where I wish I had a dog because half the sandwich fell on the floor. The dog would have licked that right up.
I think so. I think so.
But very tasty. You got to get over the plop when it plops out of the can. You know how click.
That sound.
That's like that, and a little bit of jelly on the edges of it. But once you get through that part of it, It's tasty. You throw it in the pan, and it's very good.
Did you feel like you should have waited an hour, like swimming, before you ate and then
You know what?
trained?
In the moment, I didn't. But now that because I'm talking about shaving a couple of seconds off the time that I posted for my training video, and maybe eating a big sandwich before I ran wasn't a good idea.
Right.
So I definitely won't be, because we're gonna have food race day when we're doing this, like donuts and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
won't be having a couple of donuts before I run.
No, I think
That's-
just the spectators and volunteers are going to be having that. Most of you guys racing are going to take care of business after, I'm thinking.
Maybe a
if
little
there's
of-
any left.
There better be some left.
The Philly and Joe podcast.
Hey, it's Chris calling. I'm calling for the National Fishing Week interview.
Chris from the Fishing Hole. Yes, thank you very
Yes.
much for calling in this morning.
Awesome, thank you.
I have to ask, Chris, because your last name's Ferguson. It's got to be Fergie.
Yes, it definitely is.
Yeah, for sure. I guarantee you, people are walking into the fishing hole on any given day, any given time. Where's Fergie? I got to talk to Fergie.
Yeah, it's definitely been like that since I've been little, for sure.
Yeah, awesome.
how
Can we
long
call
it-
you Fergie?
You can call me Fergie. You can call me Big Ferg. My son's Little Ferg.
I love
it works either way.
Okay. All due respect to Fergie, I'm going with Big Ferg.
Oh, I got to go with Big Ferg.
All right.
That's even
All
better.
right.
How many years you been at the Fishing Hole, Big Ferg?
A little over 4 years.
Yeah? Okay.
Yep.
Well, we're glad you're on the line with us because National Fishing Week, we're right in the middle of it. What is it you personally love about fishing?
It's something I've always done. It gives me an excuse to get outside. It's something me and my dad also used to be able to get along doing. We didn't always get along, but fishing we did. And it gives me a time to spend some time with my kid.
Yeah, no kidding. I wanted to ask you because if anybody has Facebook, Instagram, any of those social, TikTok, you always see, especially over like this last weekend we had. I had some buddies showing some video of them catching fish and how big. The biggest fish, Big Ferg, that you ever caught.
Biggest fish I've caught is probably a 45.5-inch northern pike.
Oh.
I also have about a 44-inch sturgeon. That's not a big one. They can get bigger, but that pike's the biggest one I got.
The biggest fight?
Biggest fight is probably a pike, too.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Got to ask you too, Big Ferg. So if somebody were to come into the Fishing Hole or somebody just saw you at a social function and said, hey, would love to get fishing, would love to start, would love to take my kids, but I don't know how to get started. I don't know where to go. What would you tell them? What's your advice?
First thing I'd tell them is to come down and see us because we get you all geared up, and then we'll share a few secret spots with you. There's a lot of good places just local you can go out. Lockport's a really good place to go start. The fish out there aren't too hard to catch. There's some nice big, huge catfish out there, and you can catch almost anything out there.
That's excellent advice.
Yeah, how about some safety tips? I know it's important that you can't just get going. There's things you got to consider before you get going, right?
Yeah, especially with little kids around. If you're going out to the river, even if you're on shore, always think about putting life jackets on them. That current gets pretty dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Always in a boat, too. Make sure you're wearing them as well, too. And always just be aware of your surroundings and the weather that can be coming in.
Now, Big Ferg, this is kind of a personal note, but the first time I went fishing, I was a young lad, and my cousin took me out, and he let me use the Pull Peel Pocket Fisherman. Do you guys take trades at the Fishing Hole? Because I still have it at home. And I'll tell you, if it wasn't for my aunt making me a tuna sandwich, I wouldn't have had any fish that day.
I'll tell you what, you come see me. I like some of that old stuff. That one might be worth a trade.
That's
All right,
great.
Big Ferg.
Yes, the man. Okay. To find out more about catch fishing, National Fishing Week, visit www.catchfishing.com. Big Ferg, man, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for this morning.
Thank you very much, boys. Tight lines. We'll talk to you later.
The Philly and Joe podcast.
Hit us up wherever you get this podcast and rate and review the show.
Good fortune will come to you.
Actually, we can't promise that, but we'll cross our fingers.